today about converting your Microsoft Office files into your Google Suite files. The good thing about this is that when your students go to your Canvas pages and they click on those, or if you're going to embed those into your pages, we don't really need them to have any sort of specific software on their devices. We know that in a Chromebook, which the majority of our students may be using, that PowerPoint doesn't exist, right? They can't download it. If you want to use the online versions, then you have to have a Microsoft Office 360 account. And since we're not requiring any of those kinds of things, it's going to be great for us to kind of have a consistent experience, whether students in one class or another, that they're going to get the same kind of file and they can always count on it to open up. No frustration. It's always the same way, and it's going to work out well, and you know what's going to happen so that you can provide your students with the best experience possible. So I have two files that we're going to look at here. I have the Microsoft Word file. I'm going to open this up, and it's going to open up in what Google uses Chrome, an extension in Chrome, to kind of try to, it tries its best to replicate Word in a very simple way. And if you have just text and you don't have any kind of strange formatting, it's probably going to do a good job. And the student would get the same experience. But as you can see in this document, I've got some things that didn't show up very well, or even the formatting is a little bit off. So really simple. I'm going to go up to File. I'm going to click Save as a Google Doc. It's going to take a few minutes or seconds, depending on how big your file type is. It is going to generate this same name. It won't have the DOC on it, but it'll have it to be a Google Doc file. It's going to say you did or didn't do it properly. If there's an error, it'll tell you. But here you can see now that they've translated those formulas, and it's kind of generated an image and replicated that as best as we can. And this was a fairly complex set of formulas there, and you can see it did a really good job of bringing those things in. Okay, you can see them right here. There's still formatting issues, and if it came out perfectly clean and without any issues at all, I would be surprised, especially with as much tabs and spacing and all of the different fonts and formulas here. So give it a once over, make sure the format is clean and it translated very well. If I go back to my drive, you'll see that it created a copy, same name, just above the Word document. If we try this with PowerPoint, same thing's going to happen. PowerPoint and Google Slides don't exactly have the same kind of animations or transitions, but they will have similar ones. And so when they have similar ones, they're going to definitely try to match those up. If they're wrong, if they're not, then you're going to see that it will kind of try to estimate that with the Google Slide version. So be careful if you've got some really strange things, then converting it over might not be the best idea. You might want to make a video of yourself teaching the PowerPoint, using PowerPoint, and upload the video of yourself teaching it rather than just posting it on for your students. And you can also always translate it over in a PDF form so they can get the documents, or even do it like a Google Doc like we're looking at here. So here you can see, here again, it's really having a hard time with these formulas. It does not like those. Now, this is a math class. This is actually statistics. If you just had text and images, for the most part, it's probably going to look just fine. But we don't know. So you always can check it. But here again, I'm going to click Save as a Google Slide file or a Google Doc. And it's going to take it. It's going to convert that over. If it converts over well enough, it'll tell you that it was great. If not, it'll say we had problems here, and you'll obviously know what's wrong with it. So we can see that it's finished converting it, and you can tell that the animations that I added to the second slide are still here. I only added it to the second slide to start with. And so if we present the slide, you can see that, and I had just appear. That was the actual animation from PowerPoint. And it's just the text coming in just like you would think it would. And this did a pretty good, and here again, I don't have any strange or unusual kind of graphics or animations happening. If we go back to my Google Drive, you'll see that PowerPoint file was created just in the same way. Now, if I'm back on my laptop and I want to create a PDF copy of PowerPoint or Google or of my Word document, that's really simple too. in your file, or under your file menu, go to Save As. I'm looking for the type of format, and I want to choose PDF. I'll click PDF. It will generate a PDF copy, which is really easy. It's a great file type for the web. It's small file sizes, and it works in almost every situation. If I do that in PowerPoint, it's going to be the exact same experience. I'll go up to File and Save As. I'm on a Mac, so your file menus may look a little different. This is an older version of PowerPoint and Word. But I go down here to Format, and I'll click PDF. You may even have in your file menu, you may even have Export as PDF. That's a possibility too. Okay, and I could click it there and could go. But creating a Google document, a Google Doc or Slides version of your PowerPoint and Word document is a really simple thing to do. It's going to help make that seamless experience from teacher to teacher, and it's going to work the best with your Canvas pages. You can see down, or be up above us here, that you can see how the Google documents worked out really well when I embedded them into the page. The other two didn't do as well. The Microsoft Office was okay. They were both PDF or images, but the Apple one was terrible. It didn't do anything at all. In fact, it wouldn't even translate the Pages version, which is the word processing document. But hope this helps. I think this is a great thing to do, and I wouldn't do this in like a lot at one time. I just, as I'm using the files, create that copy. Keep the old copy or not. It's really up to you. But I hope this really helped out, and we'll see you next time.